Can you hear? Can you hear me? Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me, guys? All right, Adinda. Can you see my screen? Yes, right? Okay, so let's start. There is some delay, or it's going good? Looks like it's going good. Okay, guys. Let's start. Hello, everybody. How are you? First of all, thank you for being here today, and thank you for FX Street. As always, it's a pleasure for me. Today is 18 of February. It's 5 o'clock Central European Time, 2016. Which one? Are you talking to me? No. All right, all right. So guys, reference your browser. Everybody, if you are hearing me, then don't do it. No problem. So guys, I want some of your feedback, please. You know that I like to have a lot of feedback as possible, as much as possible, always, because I don't like to speak to an empty chart, you know, guys. So how are you? First of all, I want to know, how are you? Okay, hello, Pan. There is a little bit of delay I can see on the chat, so the answer is gonna take like 10 seconds more or something like that. Okay, thank you, Jake. Hello, Pan, how are you then? Great. I have a couple of questions to the admin. I'm gonna write it here, 1 sec. All right, so guys, there is a chart. I'm gonna start as always with the chart of euro dollar. I'm gonna go to weekly and start to pinpoint some levels. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna start to pinpoint some levels, some ideas, and feel free to to ask any questions or to put any questions on the chat and to say any idea you have. Okay, right? So basically, this is a weekly chart of euro dollar. Okay, it's a weekly chart of euro dollar. For me, euro dollar is on a range right now. It's having a smaller trends in this range. It's not bad. It's 1,000 and it's nearly 1,000 pips range. Okay, my expectation is that it's gonna stay inside the range for a longer period of time. Why? Basically because any price above 114, 115, 116, I think is going to be sold by the institutional trader and the big boys. Basically because we have the fundamental data that is helping that. The ECB is still on the QE. So basically that puts a lot of pressure on the euro, sorry, on the euro above basically 116, 1.16, 1.15. Right, so from this level, basically, I want to go short. And why I think it can be both. I think it can be both on the lower end because basically the parity is like so much discounted that, well, we can reach parity the next time we test the lower part of the box. We may break. We don't know. You know, it's just 500 pips. It's not too much. Looking at it, it's not too much, right? It's a 600 pips breakout. But the trade is so much discounted that it's gonna be hard for it to reach that point. This is just my expectation, okay? But if something I have learned through the years is that you need to be flexible with expectations, very flexible, but very strong with your rules regarding money management and regarding entries and exits. So basically, this is more or less the big um, term view for me for the euro dollar for this year. It can be one, 10 months here in this range bound. Having said that, what I want to point out is that it's not bad because it's a 1000 pip range. So we should make money inside this range. Um, we have January. We started January in a little bit of consolidation. This is daily chart now. One sec. Okay. So this is daily now. Um, basically, I want to be bullish. I want to be bullish because this reaction here at the lower end, for me, it's bullish. I'm talking about this candle. And also the breakout we have from this range, I want to be bullish. Basically, I want to buy or do nothing right now on the euro dollar. So nice area to go long is the 109, 109.80 or 75, these highs. This will be a retest buy. Also, and if a new high is made, obviously, I would like to buy. It's a bit more risky. And also, we have a failure from this low. This will be my last price to go long. So I'm gonna put the levels here and move on the next pair. 09.85, right? Here, this is the last level. It's also a round number. So, sorry, stop and retest. That means that if we get a stopper out here, if I get a stopper out here, oh my God, I'm so slow. It will be a stop and reverse trade here on the 108. Gracias. Un poquito más de leche, por favor. It will be a stop and reverse trade here, right? Because we will break this lower part, and the next target is the 105. So basically, and then on the 105, I will be looking for a failure, or I will be looking for a short breakout. Más, échame hasta arriba, mejor, así, vale, gracias. No lo quiero yo tan caliente, gracias. All right, guys, sorry about that. Any question about euro dollar, about the entries or the levels or the price action? There is any question? There is any question at all? Because I'm gonna move on. Okay, then I'm gonna move on. Yes. Let's continue with the euro pairs already we started. These levels are from the old webinar, so basically I'm gonna maintain these levels. These levels are working as good as they look. So basically we went long here at 130, make a little bit of money on the next support and resistance here 131.5. We trail the stop. That is how I trade. At least I trail the stop a little bit every day. Was able to catch something, but at the next time we test the level, we should be doing a short entry here, right? This short was a loss, the last one, below 126.080. Basically because it reversed 200 pips a lot, but it's how it is. Whatever the guys that told you that no, you always win every 100 trades, that's a lie. It's a big lie. So basically the levels remain the same. Yen is being strong. Japanese yen is having some strength. We are seeing that mainly because this breakout on dollar yen of 116 that we're gonna review in a bit. But also I'm gonna do a lot. I'm gonna show you some correlation charts. Okay. So euro yen, actually we're having a signal of going short right now. Why? Because this level is coming from this low on the left, from April 2015. Okay, 14th of April of last year, we made a low around 126 area. So, I mean, if you want to be a little bit more picky, because we're having the breakout, and this is a nice reaction, guys. I'm on 1 hour chart. If we compare this with this, it has nothing to do. It's like the sun and the moon. It's two completely different reactions. If I look at volume, you can see that we have 95,000 ticks on that level, and we have 36,000 ticks now when we approach the level. This is basic technical analysis 101, mathematics and technical analysis. There is no too much. If you see how much this is tick volume, basically is how many times how many chains of the price we have on that bar. So we have a lot of volume, a lot of chains of price, a lot of activity at the level. Right now there is no activity at the level. Of course, the time of the day, it's very important, because right now it's 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock London, so it's the end of the session on Europe, but here was 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, it was the beginning of the day. And the reaction we have so far, it was so good. The thing is, you don't want to buy this kind of supports when you are having lower highs against you, okay? You can try, but I can tell you that it's not good long term. Right? I want to sell high or sell low, but I don't want to buy at all. Having the so much strength versus the yen. Okay, so this is a nice reaction, but what I was going to say is that if you don't want to get it now, I can suggest that we can go long when the lower end breaks, a new low is made, 125.76. Sorry, 76. Yeah. Okay. So that will be the entry for the lower end of the chart of tomorrow. 125.70. Okay, so basically this is euro yen on daily. Nice level to break. If this levels breaks, we have a nice room to the downside. I'm gonna clean the chart a bit for you. So you can see how the euro dollar is going up, but the euro yen is going down. So basically that is yen strength, guys. All right. So we have a good room. If this level breaks, we have a good room to let it ride to 118.7 or even lower, 111. All right. It's a nice room. Just let it ride, because this kind of trades, you don't know how far they are going to go. This is euro yen. Let's continue with euro pound. Euro pound. All right, finally it break this 0.748 level. Oh my gosh, finally. So far so good. This box was, very similar to euro dollar, but now we break the box to the upside. We have a signal of going long. As I said, these signals are baby signals, monkey trading, but a monkey can make money with these signals. There's not so much. I mean, I can make money selling the signals, taking the signals, because they are good. But instead, I just sell for them free, because it's what I'm gonna do on a long-term basis. Don't expect to compound your account incredible with this kind of signals. Why? Because you are gonna have a lower hit rate between 30 and 40%. The thing is that once you win a lot. You will a lot of pips if you let it ride. But you have a lot of discipline. So at the end, I always repeat that with my students and my clients and everybody who ask me. They ask me, okay, edge is very important. I say edge is 10%. Then what is important? I say to think in probabilities. 90% of your result. That's the most hard thing, the harder thing to do, because if you study a bit, there is some edge on the market. Okay, okay, there is no holy grail, or okay, you're gonna make 1,000 pips a day. No, but you're gonna make some pretty consistent income of pips, no? But the thing in probabilities, that's the problem. That's the main thing. That's the main thing, guys. Anyway, I just don't want to just explain it to, because you're maybe asking yourself, but this guy is giving the signals, everything looks so good. No, guys, when you try to execute the trades, that is where when your demons are going to appear. All right. So euro pound weekly chart, it's a bit mixed. We have this leg to the upside of 900 pips, so a pullback maybe in the cards. Also, we have these levels. It was cheap in the past, and now we broke it, so this may be perceived as expensive, right? It may be, basically because we have a change in psychology here. My God, it's so easy. How is possible that this is so easy? I don't understand. I don't get it. Let's go down to daily to find some levels. It's a bit mixed, this making higher highs, but we are below 0.77. Let me put it clear. This purple line is basically giving a little bit of a sell signal on a weekly chart. But also we are coming from a breakout, so it's a bit mixed here, guys. We're having two different signals at the same time, and that is possible. Yeah, it is. So the question is, which one of the signals I am going to bet? I'm going to bet to the one that is right now having a strength. So the strength now is to the upside here. You can see how it's making higher highs, higher lows. So, okay, there is one very clear here. Now we stop and reverse, because if this box is not able to hold, then the high probability is that it will go to the middle of the box again. So I want a longer retest of the box if it's possible. There is some high here, but it's not too much clean. Let me check this level. 43 pips. This is not a bad idea to go long above this high. 78.46. Right, just use small stops of 20 pips or just 10% of the ATR. That can be your stop loss. I mean, you can try to buy a discount around this area. It's not a bad idea here on these highs. These are smaller highs, marginal highs. We can go to H4 to check it out. They have been already tested successfully here. So you can try that, but it's not so. I was expecting the buy on this level. We bought here, but you can see on the past behavior how it was not so good of respected. It was not so much respected, so I'm not gonna try to do that again. Basically, technical analysis is based on that the people repeats the same behavior over and over. So if you look at the left, you can get a nice idea of the old behavior. So I'm not gonna try to buy this 0.76 level figure. You can do that, but instead I would like to do a retest here. This has been proven successful. All right, and these are the levels. Okay, one sec. 0.7665. And this is euro pound. If you have any questions, guys, now it's the moment. Girls and guys, if there is any question, now it's the moment right now. Until we don't go below 0.75, I will not be looking to go short. All right, moving on. We done euro dollar, euro yen, euro pound. What else? Euro Swiss. I'm gonna move on to pound pairs. Euros is too much noisy. I don't recommend to trade that. And well, EuroCAD, maybe there is a level here that is worth the attention for you guys on EuroCAD. Is 1.51 and 1.50. These levels are interesting levels to do some retest longs or breakouts to the downside on EuroCAD. Okay, but that is gonna be depending on the CAD mainly. If it's very weak, you can sell it. If it's strong, you can just forget about that. So guys, let's go to pound dollar. Let's see what are the levels here. I don't have the levels. Strengths. Let me check. Okay, maybe they are not here. Anyway, we can just do it. Let's look at weekly chart pound dollar. Okay, 145. 145.67. It's this low here from the last year. Also, we have a buy signal actually from this line. I put it on green. I'm going to put it on solid green. That is a buy signal 1.4229. It's a buy signal. Why? Because it's basically a failure from this low of 2010. This is more or less when I started trading around this area. I started trading currencies around here. A lot of candles behind 2009. Anyways, we have some buy signal, but the buy signal is not generating so much continuation up, just 400 pips. It's not too much if you think about it for that kind of signal. This level has been proven to be tested successfully from below the 145. So I'm a bit mixed, if not bearish, on the pound. All right, and this makes sense because we are long euro pound, so we want to be short pound dollar and long euro dollar. But there is a little bit of noise here. You can see on daily chart. I'm gonna go short below this level. You can make it 42 if you want to be sure. I'm gonna be trying to go short here at 145.67, like on the last time, like here, the same thing. I want a failure, price breaking, and then going below. I will wait for the break. And if I get a stopper out, I will do a stop and reverse. That means that I'm gonna wait for it to break. I'm not gonna do anything. If it breaks, it breaks. I'm gonna be looking at it. When it goes back again below, I will go short. If then goes back up again, I will go long and reverse the second time, the second breakout. And this is basically the pound dollar. If you don't want to short below 1.42, you can go short below 1.4082. That is the low of this year. Also keep an eye on fundamentals about the Brexit. Lol, what a word. keep an eye on that, but it's not too much important right now if you think. it's not gonna it's not gonna hit the fan. Let us see, I think. Anyways, Pan is saying lots of noise. Got scared of goal entry long at 1.1202. Got out at break even, but the blasted thing just made 120p. We are talking about pound dollar, but sorry, I will look at gold also. I give the entry of gold. I mean, this was one of the best entries I gave on the last webinars, guys. I don't know if I remove it. Yeah, I remove it. Here, 113. I think 1 This is one of the best entries I gave on the webinars. And you know what? The good thing about these webinars I do now, 2 years already doing these kind of webinars, is that I give the levels. And guys, I cannot fake the future, because I cannot fake that, because if I say, if we are here and I say I want to go long above 113, then I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to look at pound cut, Jake. I'm gonna take the trade, and I'm not gonna change the level. And so you can see my winnings are your losses. I close a bit here, I must say, on pound on gold. I close a bit on here because I was expecting some sellers here to appear, but they have another part to run, and right now I'm flat. I close another kind of here when the price comes below the blue line. I close the second take profit. And look, now what kind of entry we have? We have a perfect retest to the pip here. It's like that, so you can see more clear, right? This is textbook retest to the pip. Guys, this was expensive. We have a change in psychology. Now this is cheap. All right. I will come back to gold. Let's finish the pound. We have pound dollar, a bit of noisy. Keep an eye on that. Let's look at pound yen. It's more interesting, in my opinion. It's more interesting, in my opinion. These are the levels from the last webinars. Look at this. We missed this entry for how much? 10 pips or so. It was the same because this was a fantastic retest. But this kind of things, it happens. It happens. Is the problem of doing to the pip. At least I didn't get it. I will say no. Yes, I'm short from here. No, it's not. It's not the reality. I'm not short from there. Fantastic trade. I even got long here. I went long here and then reverse very fast because it's a short entry. Right now we only want to go short pound. So let's do the levels fast because it's half an hour already. I want to go short again here. 167. Let's do 168. Right? And then I want to sell the new low. If it's made below 160, let's say. I like round numbers. I'm liking them more and more. And I have an idea. I have I don't know, a theory why they work so good, because the guys on the banks and on the props and then the trading desks, and they have these 10 screens and um, 8 screens, and they are looking at the quotes every day, the same quote, the same quote, the same quote, and suddenly they see 159, and it's like, what? I'm seeing 1 6 1 6 1 6 1 5 1 5 1 5. No, 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 no. I don't like 1 5. So it's just a psychological thing. This is the pound yen, and if you look at it, I mean, it's a nice downtrend already. That's why I want to go short or do nothing. The good break is at 180. neckline or whatever you want to call it, the structure or whatever. This is like the first good signal you have from 180. Of course, it's easy to say now. It's easy to say now that it broke more or less clean. But also the momentum here is one of the first signals I pointed out also. I mean, you see, you know my analysis, you know my tools. So on weekly, it's looking nice. Targets for this, I don't know. I like this 140. Not a bad idea. 150. These are nice levels. 140, 150. So we have a lot of room. Another 1,000 or 2,000 pips if this continue like that. This is pound yen. Let's move on to pound. We did to pound dollar, pound yen. Let's do pound cat if you will. Let's see, Jake, you have a short here. I hope it's going good for you. When did you enter? Are you in green or in red? Well, there are a couple of things here. There are a couple of things here. First, this base, bueno, I mean, it was a nice trend up after this base that took 3 years to build. The bigger the base, the bigger the space. If you have 3 years here, you should have a nice run up. But now we have something about psychology again. Okay, very green, that's nice. You take the high, you took the high, fantastic. Now we have this level. Sorry. Just to know, it's not nothing personal. We have these two big level, two figure here, the two. I think this is a big level. Let me put just a small 2.065. So I can have a reference. Let's say you enter it here. It's a good entry, fantastic entry. Congratulations on your entry. Basically, I like how it broke. It broke out of this box. We are outside. Let's say, technically speaking, this is an uptrend. This is a bit of consolidation, and now it's looking like maybe downtrend. Maybe, okay. The only downside, it's like, is the cat is not so strong. In fact, the Canadian dollar is very weak, very weak. So that's why it may be a good, very good trade or a very bad in sense versus selling the cat against other. Let me explain why. If the cat is very weak, you know that happens many times because the Canadian dollar is now is like this, is oil. Let's say this is Canadian dollar, right? This is the Canadian dollar rate is going down. So that's good for your short. Sorry, that's bad for your short because you want this to go up. So pound cat falls as much as possible. So it can be very good in one sense because this suddenly sometimes this kind of weakness suddenly translates in a lot of strength. From one day to another, it goes up, boom. Why? Basically because short covering rallies or whatever news or whatever thing that is hitting the cat is so weak. So everybody's selling, 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 selling that somebody, boom. All right, someday. So keep an eye on that. That can be good for your short. That can be good. The only thing that can be a little bit bad is that pound dollar breaks the 142 to the downside. In that sense, just protect your profits and let's see where it takes you. So pound cat, another positive thing is that it broke this level down. That in the box we have this figure. Forex Pip Earth, hello. A bit late, mate. So Jake, I think it's a good trade. Let it ride. You are below this. We break the neckline. Try to just to maybe trail the stop on the levels that make some sense to you, or whatever, manage the trade. Don't have your, because risk and reward is always dynamic. The people don't understand that. I'm gonna do a small stop here. If you enter it here on this line and the price is here and you have your stop loss here above the box, some people may say, no, but your risk is this, is 340 pips. No, that's a joke. That's not real. All right. One sec, one sec. Okay, sorry guys, a big emergency. So basically, this is not your risk. Your risk are the 340 pips you have your stop loss plus the 1000 pips you have in profit. So basically, you have a risk of 1300 pips. Why? Because you just need to do that click. You click, and the trade is over. So you need to manage this. You can do like that. If you want to keep your 300 pips trade, you move, you say, okay, this is 300. So you move your stop loss here, boom, and you have again the 300 pips risk. The thing is being always asking if this is a new trade where I will put my stop loss. Okay, this question will help you with the thing I'm explaining. Risk and reward, it's dynamic. It's dynamic. Okay, guys, I hope you like. For going short, I will maintain the short basically. Good trade. Okay, let's do dollar pairs and then gold and then we are done if there is any question. Dollar yen. Okay, we have a nice breakout here of 116. That's fantastic level. I'm just gonna warn you. You're welcome, Jake. I'm just gonna warn you that the indices are not looking so good. Well, we have some reversal a little bit. This is the DAX, the German DAX. Achtung, Achtung. We broke this weekly level, guys. We broke the neckline here of the trend, but now we're back above. So it's a bit mixed. I mean, I'm more of a seller right now. That doesn't mean that I prefer to sell the rallies instead of selling the breakouts down. I prefer to sell the rallies, of course, but I'm bearish on the indices, and this is helping. I'm gonna show you. This is dollar yen. I'm gonna put the S&P 500 here. Let me see if it loads. It does. So you can see the white line is the American S&P 500. I'm laughing now because the chat has delay, but Pan is my number one. Pan on fire is my number one. Anyways, the white line is the S&P 500. So you can see the correlation it has with the dollar yen, dollar versus the yen. It's highly correlated. So that's why I'm bearish on the S&P, because dollar yen also doesn't lie. It's weak. It's weak. So I'm gonna remove this and I'm gonna try to find the levels on dollar yen. You lost because the Germans, no? The Actun. Jawohl. It was funny. We have this kind of image, right, of the typical Germans of the movies, on the Second World War movies, right? The Germans are always very bad and very, bad guys, and they have like angry faces and Achtung, Achtung, right? It's just the movies. I have a very good friend of mine. He's German. Very one of my best friends. He's German. So I'm always joking with him about that. Anyways, I want to go short a retest 1.16, 0.7, but I will do a stop and reverse because if these levels hold, it will be like a buy signal on the S&P that we already have. We already have this level. What happened here? You can make a picture of this and print it and paste into the wall. Multi towers. Yeah. Um, this is a bear trap breakout. Okay. It doesn't mean that this is not going to fall one day, right? But keep an eye on selling low, because selling low, also if you look left at the past behavior, pues, I mean, you can guess there is not going to be clean breakout down, you know? But it was so clear. It was so clear, Manuel. It was so clear, right? So yes, Manuel, Jake, I guess you have a lot of Spanish topics, right? Like Spanish are like always fiesta and jamón. No, no, not true. And football, no, it's not true. So guys, basically, keep an eye on this level on the dollar yen. Let me go back to dollar yen. I want to go short this level. Manuel de la Puebla será. It will be Manuel de la Puebla, Jake, maybe. Pueblo is it's masculine. So if you want to say la, it may say Puebla. Sorry guys, getting off bit, a little bit off track. Okay, let me focus. Dollar yen, we want to go short. Let me go back to weekly. We want to go short this level. Already is doing a downtrend already because we break 116 and the price is making lower lows and lower highs. Levels to watch out, 110, 110, 105. This base is also interesting to look at between 101 and 105. I'm gonna go lower at 4-hour chart. So basically, guys, if you are not short, what the fuck here? If you are not short already from 116, you have two options. Wait for the retest, or two, this is 4-hour chart, you can be aggressive and sell this low. I'm on 4-hour chart trying to find other levels. 113,362. We'll do it round number 360. If you want to be aggressive, that is one level to go short. If not, just wait for the low. At 950, I will do a round number personally, but in this case, I prefer to sell the rallies instead of sell new lows. Oh, but this is not bad level because this is inside. This level is inside this. It's not a new low or new Spanglish. But what is Manuel de la Pueblo, Jake? I don't understand. It's a guy, it's a friend, it's a singer, I don't know who it is. Okay, guys, this is dollar yen. Take notes of the levels. Dollar yen. Okay, and now I'm gonna finish with gold because the next guy is gonna be here soon. We have done, sorry, let's finish dollar cat very fast. It's a bit mixed set. I prefer short, to be honest, if you ask me. We have some nice retests here. We want to do that again. We get born already trying to go long at 140 here. Let's stop it out, no problem. I want to do short retest because it has been tested successfully from below, and also I would like to sell new lows below 136. 136.40. All right. And now this is dollar cat. Keep an eye on the oil because it's highly correlated. Let me do gold and let's call it a day. This is gold. It's in a situation that I think it's a good idea to buy gold in a way in this era, in this period of financial fear and instability, and everybody don't know where to put the money and all of that, blah blah blah. Gold is a nice idea. Okay, also we are very dollar in a sense, so it's gonna help gold. Also, we have a buy signal here, technically speaking. This is a buy signal. Since this, I'm gonna put it on green solid. It's a buy signal. Why? Because it was a failure. It was a bear trap to make a new low. The rally was fantastic, a little bit of a bubble. It reminded me to a bubble. We have some 15,000 pips. It's like 1,500 pips on euro dollar. Pullback 7,000 pips. Not bad points. We have fantastic buy retest here. This is very bullish signal. It's showing that some pullback and very fast the buyers appear. My expectation is a retest of the highs. It's my expectation. So I don't know if it's gonna break or not, but I'm ready to do that. So I will go long breakout. 1, 2, 3, 2. Very probably. Also, I will be looking at this high, this momentum high, to be adding or not. 1, 2, 1, 1263. You want to wait. Basically, the buy retest here, it has been already done. 191. Long retest, but basically also expect, because this is this trend line. I don't use a lot trend lines, but this is very visual, and many people are gonna look at that trend line. So keep an eye on that. If these levels fail, this is a nice idea, a nice opportunity to do a stop and reverse on 191. But keep an eye on here, because maybe there is some demand here on this box. Any questions, any ideas, anything that I missed that you want to look at, or anything? If not, I'm gonna call it a day, guys, and I'm gonna put here my contacts so you can contact me. Oops. I put my email, guys. Okay, and now I'm gonna explain just 3 services I'm doing very fast. I'm doing some PAM accounts. Somebody, if you are is interested, you can just ask me. I'm doing live trading room with some trial for free. You can try, and then it's fixed 49 euros a month. And then I'm doing mentoring one-to-one. If you are interested, these are the 3 services I am offering right now. Guys, it has been a pleasure for me as always. Thank you for you to being here, everybody. Thanks, FX Street. Jake, I'm not here every day, I'm sorry, but you can ask me on Skype and send me some concerns. If you want to be on the trading room, I'm offering 10 days trial. Just add me on Skype or send me an email. Guys, thank you. Thank you, FX Street. Thanks, Adinda, Pan, Forex, Roland, Stop Hunter, Graham, Doug, Nath, GM, Goldie, Mr. C, Flash, Planet, Fame, Ohm, What Happened, Tosin, and everybody. Have a lovely weekend. Control the risk, follow the rules, and the money will follow you. If any questions, send me an email. I see you on the next webinar. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody, guys. Thank you. Peace and love to everybody. Bye-bye.